A needle is not sharp at both ends. A clear conscience never fears midnight knocking. Experience is a comb which nature gives us when we are bald. An inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy that inch of time with an inch of gold. Genius can be recognized by its childish simplicity. Solve one problem, and you keep 100 others away. A smile will gain you 10 more years of life. Listening well is as powerful as talking well, and is also as essential to true conversation. Ripe fruit falls by itself, but it doesn't fall in your mouth. A clever person turns great troubles into little ones, and little ones into none at all. If you want your children to have a peaceful life, let them suffer a little hunger and a little coldness. It's better to be without a book than to believe a book entirely. Patience is a bitter plant, but its fruit is sweet. Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. It is not the knowing that is difficult, but the doing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Teachers open the door. You enter by yourself. Small men think they are small, great men never know they are great. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. He who thinks too much about every step he takes will always stay on one leg. Before preparing to improve the world, first look around your own home 3 times. A little impatience will spoil great plans. Habits are cobwebs at first, cables at last. A man without a smiling face must not open shop. Do not want others to know what you have done. Better not have done it anyways. Govern a family as you would cook a small fish, very gently. The more acquaintances you have, the less you know them. Married couples tell each other 1,000 things without speech. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without one. If you want to find out about the road ahead, then ask about it from those coming back. A person of high principles is one who can watch an entire chess game without making a comment. A bird can roost but on one branch, a mouse can drink not more than its fill from a river. A wise man makes his own decisions, but an ignorant man mindlessly follows the crowd. If you want to avoid being cheated, ask for prices at 3 different stores. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Tenacity and adversity are old foes. Better the cottage where one is merry than the palace where one weeps. Think about your own faults during the first half of the night, and the faults of others during the second half. One beam, no matter how big, cannot support an entire house on its own. If you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. A fall into a ditch makes you wiser. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. A closed mind is like a closed book, just a block of wood. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. A book holds a house of gold. To be totally at leisure for one day is to be immortal for one day. 2 good talkers are not worth 1 good listener. Do not believe that you will reach your destination without leaving the shore. If you bow at all, bow low. He who cheats the earth will be cheated by the earth. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes. But he who does not ask remains a fool forever. A crisis is an opportunity riding the dangerous wind. Talk does not cook rice. There are 2 kinds of perfect people, those who are dead, and those who have not been born yet. A man who cannot tolerate small misfortunes can never accomplish great things. Guessing is cheap, but guessing wrong can be expensive. I was angered, for I had no shoes. Then I met a man who had no feet. Men trip not on mountains, they trip on molehills. Even a hare will bite when it is cornered. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. The person who is his own master cannot tolerate another boss. Distant water does not put out a nearby fire. Be not afraid of growing slowly, be afraid only of standing still. Want a thing long enough and you don't. Behave toward everyone as if receiving a guest. Only one who can swallow an insult is a man. It is easy to open a store, the hard part is keeping it open. The people who talk the best are not the only ones who can tell you the most interesting things. All things change, and we change with them. To know another is not to know the person's face, but to know the person's heart. 100 no's are less agonizing than one insincere yes. Learning is a weightless treasure you can always carry easily. In a group of many words, there is bound to be a mistake somewhere in them. Do everything at the right time, and one day will seem like 3. No matter how tall the mountain is, it cannot block the sun.